are yapping quite a bit here. We're talking priest. Oh. What do they show you for priest though is the question. I don't know. We'll see that in a second. We'll see it in a second. I don't want to rush myself here. I gotta do this first. This is more important. What time is it? Poor Andrew Tate. Let's go. What time is it? That's funny. Wait, why would you have to hold on? Okay, can we take a second here? In what instance would you have to Google search what time it is on a device that probably has the time? Like, are we tripping? Like, there's no way, right? Surely, bro. Surely we just have the time. No. I'm glad you guys like yesterday's stream. That's awesome to hear. I'm really glad you guys like it. But I don't know if we'll ever do it again. We'll see how well the video does, and maybe we'll do it again at some point. But yeah, we'll go through there. Oh, I want to just say some stuff here real fast right at the start of this stream. Guys, why are Slay the Spire 2 commenters actually vermin? Like, they are vicious. They are worse than any other nonsense I've ever had to deal with. Right? They attack me personally. They say things to me that hurt my feeling, and I thought it was just Hearthstone players. The Magic the Gathering community's like, oh, hell yeah, bro. Yes, play more even though you're dog shit. Slay the Spire 2 is like... You know what I mean? Oh my god. I'm really? Andrew Tate is more... Man, shit. Jack Septic Eye. They're creeping on our turf. What? Cameras were amazing. Please bring them back. There's one being edited right now. Maybe we'll, holy oh, this, wait, why did I think, why not show a fucking photo of them, you donkey? Oh my god, I'm tilted. I'm so tilted after seeing that. I don't know who the fuck Luke Bryan is, so we're gonna go with this one. Remember, Most Critical got proud of being Ascension 1 and Slay the Spire 2 and got attacked for caring about beating Ascension 1 in the comments. What the fuck? See, like, that's insane to me, no? And I guess Slay the Spire is one of those games where it's like you could spend infinite time doing shit, right? So, like, if you're not playing optimally, people get you. But also, I don't know. It's just funny. It's just funny reading YouTube comments about Slay the Spire, because also I'm not going for like the playing the best aspect. I think this movie's better, but I might give it Inside Out for people who think Inside Out's a better movie. I really like Inside Out too. It's a good film. I'm gonna give it to this. I think this is a better movie. Fuck, I knew it. Damn it. The winner takes it. No, this is gonna be stuck in my head all day. Awesome news. Thanks, Mr. Rarran. Good luck with the Magic climb. Hell yeah, bro. We'll do that probably tomorrow, I think. Crazy take? Wait, what? What's the crazy take? Inside Out's better than everything, everywhere, all at once. My god. They're both good movies. They're both great movies, to be honest with you. I love it. People have started caring about their win rate too much on Slay. Bro, who gives a fuck? Like, I do not give a single. Holy shit. How much do you guys think this is worth? 1280? Give me a mil. All right. Much lower than I thought it was going to be. Easy clap. Easy fucking clap. Easy clap. All right. We kind of redeemed ourselves here a little bit, but this is still not great. All right. Age Elvis when he died. Studio albums Taylor Swift has released. Okay. Taylor Swift studio albums is like, she's got like 9 records, but you got to times it by 2 because it's Taylor's version. So it's Elvis. Okay. I thought it was more than that. Time zones in Russia. It's not more than 11. What? How the fuck are there 11 time zones in Russia? Oh, I don't know this one.
Moscow WR is a big cat.
Go this one. 271 feels like a little bit too much for the Empire State Building. Okay, we're kind of redeeming ourselves. Not that. PH is very low. A wide country? Yeah, but like 11 time zones is crazy, no? Hey, we're back, gamers. Time zones of the world. I just gotta visualize it. Okay, so this is Russia. Russia's from here all the way to like here, right? How we hit an 11 though? Wait, is this Russia too? Is it from here? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh my god. That's actually fucking crazy, bro. Why do I need an account for time and date, by the way? What the hell? How many time zones does Canada have? Good question, actually. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, no, this is Alaska. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Probably 6. This is Greenland, right? So how come Russia's so big? How did they get all that land, bro? Like, I don't know, what the fuck? How'd they get all that land, guys? That's kind of crazy, no? Like they're just mogging every other country currently. Jesus Christ, man. Okay, hold on. I'll turn my cam on 1 second. Let me just get the kit. We're gonna go through cards, and then we're gonna do something else. I have to end stream in like 2.5 hours. Maybe I think it might be 3 hours actually. 11, 12, 1. Okay, yeah, we have 3 hours. We're chilling. We'll just get every new card. Wait, do you guys not wait? What did they show you guys for priest? Hold on. Did they only show you the rule breaker, or did they show you anything else? Wait, no way, you guys. What? Okay, we're gonna have to yap for a quick second, all right? Okay, first and foremost here, guys. First and foremost here, do you guys not think the fucking priest legendary is dope as fuck? Are we just smoking crack today? What are we thinking? I gotta start with new cards. So, what was just revealed? Let's start with the priest legendary, because I think the priest legendary is sick as fuck. I think the priest legendary is super cool, but I'm gonna talk about it. I'm not even a priest player, and I'm gonna spit my truth on this card. All right, I'm gonna spit my truth on this card. All right, let me speak my language. All right. Okay. This card is a 7-mana 7/7. Right, which is not great, whatever. Your deck is 20 cards plus 20 copied from your enemy battle cry draw until your hand is full. All right, let me explain, okay? Let me explain. Here's what I'm thinking. This card is the most versatile card we've ever seen in Hearthstone. If you want to play, if the metagame is extremely aggro, you could play aggro priest technically, but better. You know what I mean? If the control matchup is like the metagame, then you could play control priest and get 20 good cards from your opponent. This is also with all the other stuff you're gonna see release for priest. An aggro deck with more cards. How is an aggro deck with more cards bad? What are we talking about? Just because you have 40 cards doesn't mean that it's bad. I guess you're like less consistent in finding the cards you need. But if you're playing with aggro, right, as long as the other deck with you is playing aggro. Now, that being said, you're probably not going to be playing aggro regardless. I'm just giving you guys ideas. Very versatile card here. Very versatile card. Yo, Bosco, thanks for the sub, by the way. I forgot to mention that. Guys, do you know, by the way, that I stream every single day? Do you know the amount of people, or not every day, but do you know the amount of people who don't know I stream? And they think I'm just more rare and on the side? Did you guys know that? It's super inconsistent. Okay, but hold on a second. Let me speak my mind here. Okay, let me speak my mind here. Okay, this card, maybe not the best card in terms of win rate, but can I say this? This is the most fun card I've ever seen in my life. On God, the amount of different things you could do with a card like this is beyond anything we've ever seen in Hearthstone. And maybe consistency is not the strong suit. But like, you could play this deck in so many variety of different ways that I'm super excited to play with it. Also, it literally feels like a different archetype every time you play it. because you go up against different classes, which is fun. This is like maybe the best version of a rule breaker because of the amount of versatility, variability. Like there's just so much going on here. Do people know that you see the opponent's cards in the mulligan? Alex, I didn't even know that, and I reviewed the card like 3 weeks ago. Like, I didn't even know that. It's I actually we should have asked that question. Fuck. Okay, but really, I mean this genuinely, like this is the type of card that I am super excited to play with. I actually do think it's still pretty good. I wish maybe it wasn't 7 mana 7/7. I think that would be nice. But I think for a lot of you guys, you're gonna have to wait and see what the other cards that synergize with this are, because I don't want to say anything obviously, because you guys are gonna watch the video that Blizzard's gonna release. But I think this card's great. I think people are gonna be very, very shocked about how good this card can possibly be. But most importantly, if we think about Thief decks, right, which is like what people are probably gonna compare this to, the hardest part about Thief decks is getting cards from your opponent. There's one of the reasons why Garona from United and Stormwind was good was because you get to be a different class, so you got to reduce your null. Obviously that's insane, but it's like you're starting with a bunch of cards that are not a part of your class. I have to use quotations here because of the way that card interacted. Was it Garona from United and Stormwind? I want to make sure I get that right. Was it Garona or was it another legendary name? I'm not sure. Sherlock, I'm gonna get to that in a second. Maestro, thank you, Alex. Thank you. Yeah, it was Maestro. I'm gonna get to that in a second, Sherlock. Hold on a second. I've lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, because now you start with the cards in your deck. If you need to use cards that interact with like Thief mechanics, it's a lot easier because now you don't have to spend the mana on the cards themselves. That being said, most of the time, and I'm hoping this is the case when you go up against your player, your opponents, because people will complain my opponent just has good cards. You just get their good cards. I'm extremely excited. Now, Sherlock in YouTube chat, shout out to YouTube chat. Everyone loves YouTube chat. Brought up a really good point. How does this card work in solo adventures? That's the real thing. Because that means all of a sudden, solo adventures become so much more interesting because now you get to use half of their deck. Or not half, but like 20 cards. You know what I mean? I'm very excited. Is it 20 unique cards for your opponent? I don't think so, Alex. You're going to have to double check or tell me because I don't want to lie to these people. I think this card from a content perspective is amazing. I think this card from a competitive standpoint has a chance, but I don't want to say anything else until you guys see the rest of the cards. I'm a huge fan of this card. I hope this card is fun as fuck to play with because it looks fun as fuck to play with. It looks great. I love this set. I love the rule breaker mechanic. This is the shit I live for. All right, let's talk about Rogue. I was really excited to talk about Rogue with you guys because I thought Rogue looked insane after we recorded those videos. So let's talk about it. We saw Aya already, which is the rule breaker for Rogue. You got a 6 mana 6/3. You always go second. If you and your opponent are both playing Aya, it is a 50-50 on who goes second, again, just like a normal game. But if you're not going against an opponent that runs Aya as well, you are guaranteed to go second. You also, when you play Aya, get to pick an upgraded counter for a coin to replace your coins in this game. You can get Cabal coin, Grimy coin, Jade coin, and these are what the Jades look like. I'm not sure if they're supposed to be beasts or not. It could be the case. They kind of look like they look like beasts, not like golems. I don't know. Anyways, in case you're curious. But let's go through the good shit that Rogue got. All right, chat. We got Slice and Dice, baby. 5 mana legendary spell where play all other cards played this turn, targeting enemies if possible, end your turn. This card has so much potential, and it's so cool because of the other cards that we got for Rogue, but also just Rogue in general plays a ton of shit. It's really cool with a card like maybe like Vanessa that we've already seen prepared. Also really cool with just really, really big late game bombs if they're mana reduced. I think this card is so cool. Now, I want to go back for a second here. Imagine you're playing Azalina Soulsever and you're going up against Rogue and you get Slice and Dice. All of a sudden, you're like, oh shit, that sounds really cool, Rarran. You're so right. That card's super cool and fun. We're definitely going to play it. Very good card. Also, this targets enemies if possible. This card is like, Alex, can you discover this card? I think you can, right? I wasn't 100% sure. But let's see the rest of the cards first before we go back to this. Very, very cool card. Defias Wannabe, 4 mana 2/2 with prepare combo, gain +1/+1 for each other card played this turn. Chat, look who's back. It's Edwin Light. Edwin from Temu has arrived. Now, actually, I should say this before we continue with the road cards real fast. Remind yourselves one thing. This card's in the game. Which is Gadsden Auctioneer, basically. And it's funny, they gave you a little teaser because he's holding the Jade Golem right here, which is kind of sick. Now, you might be saying to yourself, Rarran, this card's poo, right? This card's poo. I'm not going to prepare this card. But you don't really need to prepare this card if you don't want to, right? The good thing about this card is that you're playing it in a class that's going to generate a lot of coins. So on that turn it's played, right? You may not even have to prepare this. Also, I do want to say for prepare, which is probably something not a lot of people are going to do because people are going to be very greedy for it. If you open this in your hand and you have no other play, you get to discount this by 2 mana. You know what I mean? So this could just be a 2 mana 2/2 for a future turn that you get to pop off with, and then it's just a bunch of stats. So, like, I know a lot of people are going to be extremely greedy with the prepare mechanic because you want to reduce it as much as you possibly can. But this card actually has sauce, which is great. Yeah, see, Alex is on my level. This is why he's on the team. I'm a huge fan of this. Basically, you summon a 1/1, a 2/2, and a 4/4 on turn 2 with this. Well, hold on. Did you not play Classic Miracle Rogue? I guess Shadow Step's not in the game anymore, so maybe it gets a little bit worse. The Shadow Step has made this very, very nice, but you do have ways to generate coins. Anyways, we also got Picklock, which is a 1 mana 1/1. All numbers on this card equal your remaining mana. Battlecry, deal 1 damage to an enemy minion. So if you have 5 mana left over, this is a 5 mana 5/5, deal 5. All right, nothing too special. Alex, do you know how this works with Slice and Dice? Does it just come as a 1 mana 1/1? Preparing for 1 mana multiple times gives you the best value. Oh yeah, but you can only prepare once. Yeah. Only prepare once. This card I'm not 100% sure on. I think in Arena it could go crazy, but I'm not actually 100% optimistic this will see play in Standard. That being said, again, you do have a lot of ways to generate coins, so it is something. Black Paws Whip, 3 mana 3/2, cost 1 less for each coin you're holding. Death Rattle, draw a card. Kind of fits into that miracle vibe because you will be generating a lot of coins. On top of that, it's just another way for you to cycle with your auctioneer turn, which is crazy. And with Slice and Dice, you get an extra card at the end of your turn, which is fantastic. And you equip the weapon. Guarantee you try and coin this out on Weapon on 1 when the expansion drops? No, I will not. No, I will not. No, I will not. I'm better than that. Dude, I was watching this streamer yesterday, and like he had lethal, and the guy had explosive trap, but he had Blood Mage Thalanos on board, and he didn't kill it, so he actually lost the game and crashed out. It was fucking classic, bro. It was classic. We also got Lotus Bookie, 2 mana 2/2, Death Rattle, get a coin. Kind of I think kind of a sleeper card. I'm not gonna lie to you. Kind of a sleeper card. This card is it's just fine. Like it interacts with everything positively. It's just a fine card to play on turn 2, and it interacts with a ton of other cards we've seen for Rogue. Wait, is this all the Rogue cards they showed you? I feel like I saw more. Did I not? I guess that was it. Should it be Battlecry and Shadow Step doesn't exist anymore? Why? Also, I didn't watch the whole video, chat. Did they show you what this card sounds like when it dies and attacks? This card is actually Nightmare Fuel. It's actually it still haunts me. I think about it consistently. Also, dude, where's the music, man? I'm just realizing I'm sitting here in fucking silence. I need some Mario Kart in my life. Go back. It sounds like when Rogue plays Deja Vu. Wait, what? Oh, I think this card's very good. I'm very optimistic in it. That's pretty much it for Rogue. I am excited to see what the rest of the cards look like, but I do think Rogue has a ton of potential. I'm also on board with the whole Rogue package. I do think Aya is very interesting, and most importantly, we'll have to wait and see how good Defias Wannabe is. But I do think this is a very, very interesting card, especially if you have it in the opening hand and you can prepare it, because I would pay a 2-mana 2/2 for this effect in Rogue. So I'm kind of about it. See what happens. I feel like a lot of these cards is like, it's more of like a feel than theory. Is that just me? Like, I think it's very easy to be like, oh, this card's gonna suck, but I don't know. Can we all agree at least that we think Slice and Dice is kind of goated? I'm such a huge fan of this card. I like kind of like a big finisher, you know? And the fact that it ends your turn is very, very good. Why is Blizzard Show pre-recorded? We were saying slurs off camera. Okay, let's talk about Muggsy, which we've already seen before. 6 mana, 6/7, start a game. If your deck has no minions, you get Muggs hero power. If it has no spells, you get Z's. All right, this is Muggs. Muggs is your first minion each turn, costs 2 less. And Z's Might is every 5th minion you play triggers the battle cry twice. Okay? This is important. I have to remind you guys what this is, because when we go through the shaman cards, this is actually very relevant. This card on its own may not seem extremely good. I'm actually really curious to see what the reviews are on a card like this, because I feel like this is a synergistic package that kind of works together. So if the whole package, like, could you guys agree with me on this one? That the Rogue package kind of works individually. Like, yes, they kind of synergize because that's the whole Miracle Rogue thing, but I think in a vacuum, they're kind of playable on their own. Where like this, I'm not 100% sure on. We'll have to wait and see what the reviewers on Hearthstone gave it. I'm very excited. We also have Tiny Pal, which is a 4-mana 2/3 battlecry. Choose your elemental and ammunition. I've talked about this card like twice, but we'll go through it once again. Basically, you have freeze to other random enemies. You have deal 1 damage to all enemies. You have summon a random 3-cost minion, give a taunt, and you have get a random battlecry minion, cost 2 less. I think for this card, no matter what the context is, you're only picking this one or you're only picking this one. I don't see a world where you really care about these ones unless you need to be the aggressor. Maybe this one's cool because you hit like a high roll nutty card, but for the most part, like these two are so much more valuable in my opinion. We'll have to wait and see what kind of deck Muggsy ends up being. Maybe you go for the mug and then that ends up being better with another effect of the Tiny Pal, but Tiny Pal just seems like a pretty decent card. Okay. We have Storm Fury. 7 mana lifesteal, do 2 damage to all enemy minions. If you cast 3 spells, you turn it into a minion. The minion is 7 mana 7/7 lifesteal battlecry, deal 2 damage to all enemy minions. So this means if you're using Muggs hero power, which is probably going to be the case if you're going for all spells, this is going to be a 5 mana 7/7. Which is probably going to be pretty likely to get if you're running a deck full of spells. So that's pretty awesome. I think for the most part, this is like almost like a Reno Jackson effect, depending on how wide your opponent's board is. Because also the minion's going to have lifesteal as well. And that could be a huge problem for your opponents. Cool card. Low security wing. 1 mana, get a random shaman minion. It's locked in your hand until you play another card. I'm going to be completely honest. I think this card is just kind of bad. But like, I feel like they should have said just discover a shaman minion. I think that would have been better. But maybe that's too good in a deck where you could potentially reduce the cost of minions and or trigger the battlecry twice. Like, I just feel like you're never that excited to play this. I just feel like you're never excited to play this. Maybe that's just me. It had to start as discovered. It was too good. We'll never know. We'll never. It's 1 mana, get 3 cards. Okay, the way you got to look at it though is you're putting this card in your deck for another card, or instead of another card, right? Do you think 3 random minions is going to be better than a card that probably does something more on average? Right? Like that's the way you got to think about it. Which I don't think that's worth it at all. I'd rather have other stuff. Maybe if you just get the best minion every single time, it's goated. I think it's really bad. Hex Marshal is a 6 mana 6/6 battle cry. Get a random spell that costs 5 or more. If your deck started with no spell, it costs 5 less. So if we go to Z's Might, every 5th minion you play triggers its battle cry twice. I guess it really depends on the pool of cards that are for this, but I'm not losing my mind on this. I feel like it's not that sick. How bad would the minion pool be? Well, let's take a peek, shall we? Taking all peeksies here. Like, we can just look, right? Like, you don't care about this. You don't care about this. You don't really care about this. You don't really care about this. You don't really care about this. Like, the list kind of goes on and on. Actually, I'm just proving my point with it by just looking at the first like 2 lines. This card's interesting. Not 100% sure how good it will be. I also don't even know like if you're going for Mug or Z for the most part here. This is what an interesting design card. All right, we also have Frost Shatter, which is 5 mana, freeze an enemy, draw 2 cards, cast 3 spells to turn into a minion. Turns into a 5 mana 5/5, freeze an enemy and draw 2 cards. Not horrible. I could definitely see it get played if it's for a 3 mana 5/5 because of Mugsy's hero power. That's okay. You're probably just gonna play it just for additional spells. Now I want to talk about this beauty, boys. I want to talk about this. Disguise Detective. 1 mana 4/3 can be played on either side. Overload that player for 2. I think this card is fucking awesome. I love the idea of your opponent's gonna go for a combo and you can hold this 1 mana 4/3 to give it to them so they can't do the combo that turn. I love the idea of just dropping a 1 mana 4/3 on your opponent on turn 1. Which is very interesting. Obviously you delay your next turn, but maybe that's not the case. But I think most of the time you're gonna want to give this to your opponent. And I think that's what's gonna make it very interesting. Again, I want to just reiterate how awesome Disguised as a mechanic is. I think this is a 10 out of 10 banger here. I think that the ideas, the lines you could think about with a card like this makes Hearthstone a better game. And yeah, you're probably gonna get pretty upset when your opponent drops this on you, or like, are you fucking serious? But at least you get a 1 mana 4/3. It's like a consolation. Really cool card. Also, I guess this is like one of the few times where interaction Hearthstone can happen on your turn. Really, really cool card. Big fan of it. For you, it's a 2 mana 4/3 basically. Well, it'd technically be 3 because of the overload, but I think on average, this card's going to be played for your opponent. It just depends when. And like, you will get rewarded for a card like this, right? This is going to be, okay, like I'm going to tell you basically what this is going to be, okay? This is the type of card where you're going to copy it from someone who plays in top 100 Legend, not understand why it's here. You're going to play with it and be like, this card's ass, but not understand why it's good. I can already see the complaining about it. You can already see the complaining about it. It's crazy. Troll Quest decks, if they go second. That's pretty funny. That doesn't really do anything though, I feel like. Anyways, cool card. Really like it. Hijack Security Bot. 4 mana 3/3. Prepare. Battlecry. Give your other minions +2/+2. You could make this a 0 mana 3/3. Give your other minions +2. Or +1/+1, sorry. I said +2/+2 because I was thinking about this one. Because everything that you play triggers its battlecry twice. So if you can line it up, it's not horrible. You need a very particular deck for it, I feel like. Maybe some kind of like elemental shaman deck. Probably gonna be the line. Has potential. Really interesting card. Prepare just makes things so interesting. Because like normally I would never play this, right? Molten Gold is 3 mana, deal 4, cast 3 spells that turn into a minion. This becomes a 3 mana 3/3 that deals 4. Also, reminder, I have to keep going back just so you can see the full potential here, that this will actually cost 1 mana 3/3 if it's the first minion you play on your turn, which is very good if we can get that down. That's insane. Also, the Lagio Goon, 1 mana 1/3. After you play a battlecry minion, give it +1/+1. Guys, what do we know about 1 mana 1/3s in Hearthstone? Pretty fucking strong. Pretty strong. Pretty good. Pretty, like, that's a good card. So this card has the potential to be very strong and kind of low-key reminds me of Undertaker, like just a little bit. Like if you just replace Battlecry with Death Rattle, it's the same thing, except for this one has an elemental tag on it. And why are you guys saying goon so much? Dude, I feel like when we did like the reveal video, they're like, you guys can't mention the word goon or whatever. I feel like it is. This buffs the minion on itself. Oh. Wait. I read this totally wrong then. I read this right during the reveal. Now this time I read it wrong. XD. I mean, it's still fucking sick, all right, Neil? All right, cool. Okay, we'll talk about Warlock again because I kind of breached through it really fast yesterday. I think it's still insane. I think it's still insane though. Okay. Godfrey the Betrayer, 4 mana 5/4 start of game, overdrawn cards return to your hand when you have space, they cost 1 less. Is this the coolest card of all time other than the Priest Rule Breaker? And the gamers are giving this basically a 5. Basically a 5. 5 is crazy for this. I mean, it's a really cool effect. Really cool effect. And because it's start a game, that means you can be very liberal with how you draw cards. And because they also reduce the cost by 1, that's awesome. Now, I did hear yesterday that apparently the cards return to your hand in a random order, which I think is very weird. I would assume it would be like first in, first out. But if it is in a random order, this card is a little bit worse. But I think on average, you're probably just fine with playing it. It probably gets played in like every Warlock deck from here on out, other than like some kind of aggro deck. Very bad design, no punishment for counting. Brother.
It's a rule breaker. That's kind of the point. I don't think you're understanding that's kind of the point.
No downside while Rogue has to go second? What the fuck? What do you mean? Bro, the Rogue card is... You guys are a bunch of haters, I swear. I've never seen bigger haters in my life. It's actually crazy. Anyways, Spire of Solitude, 5 mana. Summon a demon with stats equal to your hand size. It attacks a random enemy minion. So now with Godfrey... you have the ability to summon very, very big minions because you could just draw your hand size all the way up and then summon a 10/10, which is cool. And not worry about burning a card. This also has like rush to an extent, which is cool. You don't get to pick the attack, but on average, it's probably going to be good. Also just very, very good over the course of 2 turns. Cool card. Love Handlock. One of my biggest fan. I'm like, maybe its biggest fan of all time. If I'm dead, the Handlock has no fans. We also have Cage Cranium, which is a 3 mana 3/1. Taunts, Battlecry, gain +1 health for each card in your hand. Bro, this card's a motherfucker, man. Turn 3, you're probably summoning what? Like a 3/7? 3/6, 3/7? Depending on what else you have. David, what's up, dude? Very cool card. 3/18 with Dark Gift. That's kind of sick. This card just ends aggro decks. Like, it's actually insane. Speaking of ending aggro decks as well, Shadow rounds 2 mana, deal 2 damage to an enemy minion. If it dies, cast this on another random enemy minion, which is Defile. A little bit worse than Defile. I actually would highly prefer having Defile, but this card does have a lot of potential, especially against aggro decks where your opponent just kind of floods the board. This is kind of a very good answer to enter the Tolvir or whatever it is, confront the Tolvir, because most of the time that board is going to die to Shadow rounds, depending on obviously how many 3-cost health they have, which I think is sick. Isn't this the Shaman Overload repeatable flame, but insanely better? depends on how much you're interacting with the overload from that card. You choose the additional targets. No, it's random. All of it's random. You can't hit elusive with this because it is random. The 1/3 is going to be ass 11. I'm not going to lie to you, but there are ways with spell damage for this to be very, very good. Okay, and then we have the Unseen Atlas, a 10 mana, draw 3 cards, cost 1 less for each card in your hand, which is obviously just very good with this because you don't care about drawing cards because now you don't burn any of them. And I don't know about you guys, I'm kind of a huge fan of 0 mana, draw 3 cards, reduce their cost by 1. I think we've seen that before. I think it was a card in Stormwind that was like a weapon. Kind of. Anyways, Warlock looks sick. As a Warlock enjoyer myself, I'm a big fan. Godfrey looks cool, and I'm about it. Now, what was the last class that was showcased? Did I miss one? Yeah, what was the other class that was showcased yesterday? Was it Demon Hunter? I actually do not remember. It was so long ago. Hold on. I gotta go back and look. Okay, hold on. Demon Hunter? It was Demon Hunter. Mithril Rod is the best weapon ever. I don't think it compares. You know what's crazy about Mithril Rod, dude? There was a streamer that said that card is unplayable. That was good times, man. Good times. All right. We've seen this card before, so we don't have to really talk about it, but really, really interesting design here. All right, Hellraiser. Well, actually, I guess I have to talk about this. So basically, 4 mana, 7/5 lifesteal battlecry. Send your deck to the void. At the start of your turns, get 2 cards from the void. Cool card. Really good at, I think, in like an aggressive deck. Huge fan. The most important thing to realize about this card is that your deck is gone, so you will draw fatigue when you play this because your deck is no longer in the deck slot; it's in the void. So this is where Hellraiser, 3 mana 2/2 battlecry, discover a card in your deck. If it's empty, gain +4/+4, becomes slightly better. Don't think it's very good. I think most of the time you're probably more happy doing a 3 mana 2/2 discover a card in your deck. But if you already played the void, you're getting a 3 mana 6/6. Cosmic. Wait, what is that, sorry? Do we know how this works with KJ? Well, the card just, okay, imagine you have your deck slot and you're like, I want to put it to the void. So you put it to the void. Now your deck is empty. You're drawing fatigue. If you play Kill Jaden, your old deck that was there now turns into the portal because that's what Kill Jaden does. But you still have the void because the void isn't your deck anymore. You know what I'm saying? Right? Right? You draw 3 cards. Yeah, I'm assuming that's how it would work. 2 mana, deal 2 damage, shuffle a random Demon Hunter spell into your deck, outcast, do it again, XD. Now, that being said, 2 mana to deal 2 damage and do it twice is kind of sick. Like, I don't even think you care about shuffling a random Demon Hunter spell into your deck. You're probably playing this for burn. Most importantly, too, because it is outcasted, you can get it off Studies, which is currently in the core set for Demon Hunter. Which, maybe that enables some kind of burn deck for Demon Hunter. I'm praying on Demon Hunter's downfall, so fuck that, but we'll see how it goes. Captive, 10 mana, 6/12, prepare taunt, all minions cost 2 more. This card I feel like might just be bad. I was really thinking to myself, what mana cost would you have to prepare this for you to feel good about playing this? Remember, you have to prepare. Captive Nathrazim. Why you guys say Reading Coward? I'm just trying to go faster because I don't have that much time today. Perk, what's up, man? Card makes Studies worse. Oh, we're talking about the last card. Yeah, it'll be generated from the Eternal Hold, but I don't even think that's that good. Actually, I guess from the Eternal Hold, that's fucking crazy. Also, it's not very flavorful because look, he's like in a jail cell currently. Isn't that crazy? Cinema. Dark Bribe, which she's seen. I think that's it, right? That's all the new cards. I guess we can go through the neutrals that I've talked about very, very fast yesterday. Hey, Alex, are you in the chat still? Please tell me Alex is here. I don't understand this card. I'm praying for a dev to be here. Please.
6280 is a big cat.
Yo, 62, bro. Wait, is that how you say that? Did Goofy say that properly? 6280. I guess with the J. That's kind of cool. What language is that? Hey, does anyone know for sure if discard works on this? It is confirmed. Like, so if this is in my hand and I discard it, it does 3 damage to all the characters. Just so I can clear. Just so I can understand it. Isn't that fucking silly? Isn't that a little broken? Because Warlock currently in Standard has... They literally have cards that just say pick a card in your hand, discard it. So probably pretty good. Probably a good card. That's how that works. If it doesn't interact with discarding, I don't know if destroying is enough. Destroying cards in your deck is good enough to see play. I'm not sure. Yo, Tom Dookie. Thank you for the sub, man. 6-7 indeed. Okay, Alarm-O-Matic, 3 mana 0/3 at the start of your turn. Swap this minion with a random one in your opponent's hand. Okay, I feel like this card is made for me. This is a Content Andy card for sure. And there will be cinema moments with it. It'll be fantastic. Infernal works with Godfrey. That makes sense. That makes sense. Slower, Rat. You're not seeing the picture here, brother. This isn't a Rat gamer moment. This is the dream moment. I am in line at Disneyland, about to go on Space Mountain. I drop the Alarm-O-Matic. I pull their best card from their deck, aka a Colossal. GG, I was the Alarm-O-Matic. You know what I mean? That's the dream, man. Also, this has a 2.50 rating. Are we smoking crack? The Priest, where's Priest? Hold on. How is the Priest card only 0.09 above the Alarm-O-Matic, guys? Are we for real? I can't, man. I just scrolled past every card again. Hold on. Okay, anyways. We all know the dream here, but the dream's probably not going to come to fruition. But if it does come to fruition, that's going to be a good game. All you need is one, bro. All you need is the one time where they don't have any removal. All they need is one. All right, Frantic Forager, 2 mana 2/2 battle card. Get a random playable spell. It is temporary. Card is ass. I'm very confident. How does this have a 4.56? Nah, dude, these guys are trolling. They're gooners. $4.56 is mental. I think this card's very bad. Get a random playable spell is not something I'm very excited for. You don't play it on curve. Okay, but remind yourself to put a card in your deck. Not only is it in your deck now, so you will draw it, but also you are replacing another card that could be in your deck. You know what I mean? Like, if you're putting this in your deck, you are replacing another card that could be in your deck. You get what I mean? You get what I'm saying? And that matters. I think it's really bad. I don't think you're ever playing it. So Azalina could be replaced with another card. But like Azalina, okay, as much as you guys are shitting on Azalina, like, you can't sit here and tell me it doesn't look fun to play with, right? Like, are we saying Forager is on the same fun level as Azalina? No, we're trolling. We're trolling. Get over yourselves. Also, like, hold on. One second. I'm just gonna test something here real fast. Hold on. Will make sense in a second. Okay. Now read the card and tell me if you think it's good. I think that's crazy, bro. Activated Golem 4 mana 4/5 at the end of each turn, gain Reborn. Guys, there's no way this has a higher rating than Azalina. Like, we're trolling. We're trolling, bro. There's no way, man. 4 mana 4/5 with Reborn is like super frustrating sometimes in Arena, I guess. Yeti's pissed. Yeti's pissed. Other than that, horrible. Not seeing play. It doesn't even have like a tag or anything. Reckless Detective 4 mana 4/4 rush. Death Rattle, get detective clothes that give +4/+4 and rush. And that is 4 mana to give a minion +4/+4 and rush. Probably unplayable. I don't even know when I would want this. I'm actually kind of shocked that this is 4 mana. I feel like it could be a little cheaper. I guess it's almost like no, it's horrible. I'm trying to go my way through this. This has a better rating than Azalina too, by the way. Yo, McSwansea, welcome back for 18, man. I love you. That's 2 years. Big dog, welcome back. That's not 2 years. I'm fucking lying. You've had 2 kids is what I meant to say. I was thinking it doesn't seem play. That's what I'm saying. Like, this card's ass 11, no? You see this? Oh, no, wait. Have we seen this card in the game yet? We saw the spell damage one. I've seen that guy a little bit. Defy a Smuggler, 3 mana 2/3. I think I've already seen this card. What card did I miss? Pickpocket's a 2 mana 2/3. Battlecry. Your deck has 25 or more cards. Draw a card. This card I think is playable in Azalina decks and the Warrior deck. That's gonna duplicate all your legendaries. That's it. That's all I got. That's all I got for you guys. The Mac, which is cool. I guess if you shuffle more stuff in your deck, you have more draw. Which is interesting. Concealing Confection, a 1 mana 1/2 death while getting a random weapon. Guys, can we be honest here? How is this a 4? Sorry. How is this a 4? I guess in aggro, maybe it's got some sauce. Because most of the, I guess most of the weapons in standard are just like fine if you need a little bit more reach, which is good. I think that's about it, right? Anything else I missed in here? I think this card's goated, bro. I'm so excited to play this card. Also, art is so sick. Like, holy man. 12, what's up, man? Good morning. Skull, I hope I saw you too. Super, what's up, man? Anyways, I just want to finish this discussion off with something that's a little bit more important. Guys, are you excited for this Hearthstone set? I'm not paid for this. I'm not paid for this. Genuinely, I'm asking. I think this set looks really fun. So I'm hoping, like, I'm praying to God I'm excited to play this set. Like, I'm praying to God. You know how, can I tell you guys something? You guys are not going to believe me, but sometimes I sit in my room really, like, with no lights on, I put on rain sounds, and I sit there in the middle of the room manifesting that I like this game more. All right, anyways. It does not work. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Okay, chat, I have another idea today. It's gonna be perfect. Okay, this could be a really fun idea. It could also be really bad. I'm gonna have to do a fucking Ludwig intro for you guys, right? I need to do like this. You guys just spam a bunch of stuff real fast. Your other idea, Nine Kings Ladder? Dude, Hop, I think I'm washed in it. I think I'm washed. All right, perfect, because you guys will reach the top. Okay, here's the plan, chat. Here's the plan. The plan is the following. People talk about power creep so often. Actually, let me look at the camera when I say this. People talk about power creep so often that I already fucked up. I'll do a voiceover for this. Okay, here's what we're doing today. We are gonna ask ourselves whether or not we think classic cards right now would see play in standard. Okay? And the tier lists are 100% it would see play. I should say the tier list rankings would be 100% it would see play. Likely, maybe, very niche, or no ... Any questions before we begin? Yes, they would be their original versions. Yes, they would be. Yes, they would be. All right. Why are you doing this? Burke, I played 5 hours of standard Hearthstone. Can you give me a break? I played 5 hours of standard Hearthstone yesterday. Can you give me a break? I was out there struggling, bro. All right, first up, Bloodsail Corsair chat. A 1-mana 1/2 battlecry, remove 1 durability from your opponent's weapon. I'm gonna say, listen, for some of these we can just go pretty fast here, but I'm pretty sure this card's not seeing any play. Everyone agree? Great. Stormforged Axe, which I think might be in standard right now, and it does not see any play, so we can just move on. Drain Life, 3 mana, deal 2 damage, restore 2 health to your hero. No. What about Sprint at 4? Or sorry, what about Sprint drawing 4 cards at 7 mana? Let's just move into the side. Repentance, 1 mana secret for Paladin. After your opponent plays a minion, reduce its health to 1. Thoughts? Now, we haven't really had a lot of secret decks currently, so I'm not sure if it would see play right now. Let's envision a world where maybe Secret Paladin exists in some extent. Would we say Repentance would see play? Great. Good job, everyone. I'm proud of you. All right, now this is where the real shit starts happening. This is where the real shit starts happening, boys. All right, let's talk about the GOAT. Iron Beak Owl, 2 mana, 2/1 battlecry, silence a minion. A minion so powerful, so strong back in the days of early Hearthstone, where Blizzard Entertainment decided that it had to go to 3 mana. I'll never know why, but it happened. What did he play? Is the question. Let's go through the list here. 100%? No. Likely? I don't know about likely. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's a niche, chat. I know you guys are gonna hate to say it, but I don't think a 2 mana 2/1 silence is gonna see a lot of play. I think it's niche. Okay, like, okay, I am willing to do something rather interesting here if you guys are up for it. If I bring people into a Discord call to defend if you feel so strongly here, would anyone be up to get into Discord? I don't know if I want to do this because last time I did this, someone said the N-word, but it could be fun if we have a really big disagreement. But I'm gonna go with niche. I'm gonna say you know what? Maybe we'll scratch that idea. You know what? Would you guys be mad if I asked ChatGPT if they thought Iron Beak Owl would see play in 2026 Hearthstone? Just to see what the just to have another perspective. Oh my god. Nose is dying. Let me hold on, let me take an analogy photo real fast. Owl would 100% play. Also, don't use us on Discord and you would regret it. All right. You trust ChatGPT more than chat? I trust ChatGPT wouldn't say the N-word. That's on God. Sun Fury Protector. I'm leaving Al in niche, by the way. That's where I'm leaving it. Well, maybe we'll swap it back up. You know what? Actually, Owl has the potential chance to just be fine in like a hunter aggro deck. But we'll crank that shit up to maybe. I don't have a mic, but I would do so to defend Bloodseer, Corsair, and Tolvir Hunter. Move it to niche. Many of the best answers to it are weapons. There is 100 bits that could be heard out. Chat, yay or nay? Bloodseer, Corsair would be played in Hunter because of Confront the Tolvir. Super, after hearing that. Minus 100. Super, thank you. I appreciate it. Sudden Fury Protector, I don't think is going to see play. Sword of Justice. 3 mana 1/5 after you summon a minion, give it +1/+1, and this loses 1 durability. Yep. Inner Fire. All right, now we're cooking. Inner Fire. 1 mana, change a minion's attack to be equal to its health. Does Priest have sauce with this? Well, I'm actually peeking here. Honestly, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. Thoughts on niche? Even maybe, to be honest. Like Priest actually has like a lot of potential with it. It's like they have the whole Eternus archetype, right? That just gives you more life. So then it becomes like a threat. Like the Disciple too. It's not like insane, but it's definitely not the worst I've ever seen. It has potential. Fairy Dragon. Already in standard. Unbound Elemental, probably not. Demolish or no? All right. Hunter's Mark. At 0 mana, by the way. 0 mana Hunter's Mark. Now, right now in standard, there is I think it's called Earth and Roar. If Earth and Roar is play, hold on, let me just pull it up real fast. Yeah, okay, so this is what Hunter has currently. 1 mana, set an enemy minion's health to 1. If you're holding a dragon, pick another. 0 mana Hunter's Mark was very good. Now, the thing about Earth and Roar is that it actually interacts with Confront the Tolvir, where Hunter's Mark does not. Now, let's say in a world where Tolvir is not in the game, Hunter's Mark probably sees play. So I would maybe put it to like maybe to niche. If we're just discounting Tolvir entirely, because I feel like Tolvir as an entity is kind of just nasty. I'm gonna hit it maybe. Actually, it got nerfed for a reason because it was just kind of good. I'll leave it there. Blizzard is in standard, does not see a ton of play. Or any play. Ethereal Arcanist would not. Hammer of Wrath, I believe, is in standard right now, but it's 4 mana, so at a 4 mana it would not see play. All right, it's 3 mana, right? And at 3 mana it doesn't see play, so at 4 mana it would not see play whatsoever. Farsight, I believe, is Farsight in standard? No, it's not, right? You didn't really see a play back in the day either. Is it in standard? It is? Well, that's, you know, that kind of proves my point. All right, Elder Peacekeeper. 3 mana, 3/3 battle cry, change an enemy minion's attack to 1. Kind of a good card. Kind of back in the day, had some sauce. It might see play. I don't want to say no, because just reducing a minion's attack to 1 can be very valuable. How we feeling about niche? Maybe. It might be a niche angle, to be honest with you. There's just a chance that Eldar Peacekeeper is just fine in some kind of deck. 3 mana is maybe a little steep, so I'll put it to niche, but there is a chance. There's a chance. Humility is just like worse Eldar Peacekeeper, I'm gonna guess. No. Savannah Highmane did not see play at a 6 mana 7/5 in standard, so there's no way. Savagery is 1 mana, deal damage equal to your hero's attack to a minion. Explosive Shot. Temple Enforcer. All right, Shield Slam. Is Shield Slam still in standard? I know they got rid of one of these bitches. I can't remember. Hold on, I'm looking to see if it's in standard. I actually don't think it is. It's not. It's not. All right. Thoughts? Can this version go face? No, it has to be a minion. Is there enough armor currently in standard? I mean, probably, yeah. I think it's these plays for sure. I mean, I guess you can put it to likely because I guess it depends on what archetype is good for warrior. We can put likely just to make sure. Kill command. Kill command has actually kind of been power creeps now. Kind of. It's still like 3 mana deal 5, but now we have a 2 mana deal 5. If Shield Slam is not 100%, nothing is. Oh, brother, you have no idea what's coming. If you think that's the if you think that's the case, I think Kill Command is like a maybe to a niche. I don't think it's unplayable. I'll put a niche for now because it really depends if you need the extra burn. But right now, Hunter has too much burn. I don't think it would make the cut. But I'll put it in niche because there is a chance. SI is in standard, doesn't see a lot of play. Prophet Velen. We kind of have Medivh's weapon currently in standard for Prophet Velen, and I don't know if Prophet Velen would still see play. It would be really funny with the weapon. It would, like, there's, you know what? I'll put it to niche because there is technically a chance. There's technically a chance people might want to tech in for more damage. Deadly Poison at 1 mana does not see play right now currently, right? I don't think is Deadly Poison in standard. It is, right? It is. I don't see it ever get played. Is that because there's no good weapon deck for Rogue though? Prophet Velen needed Malagos to begin with. Yeah, but they have the Medivh package, so just having Prophet Velen in the game could make an OTK out of nowhere. It actually might, like, that's why it's niche. Like, it's not unplayable. Like, you would never not consider it. Like, most of the time you would never consider it, but there are chances that it actually could see play. I think it's bad. So Rogue doesn't see, I mean, even if there's a good weapon though, are you playing for this? Maybe. I'll put niche. Maybe. I guess it's currently in standard. It's one of these cards that could be interesting, but currently it may not have the archetype that supports it. But I think in a normal standard where there is an archetype that supports it, it could see play. Okay. 0 mana Soulfire, chat. One of the greatest classic cards of all time. 0 mana Soulfire. If you guys don't remember what it does, 0 mana, deal 4 damage, discard a random card. Is there a aggro warlock deck that would use this right now? Let's go look at the books. There's no aggro warlock. What about like a burn deck? Because you could technically, like, one of the great things about Soulfire was using it with Malagos. Dude, who remembers Nostalgia Blast here, Ratatouille moment? Who remembers playing Malagos Warlock and hoping your one Soulfire didn't hit the other Soulfire? Like, I remember those moments, and then you'd fucking smack your desk because the Soulfire hit the other Soulfire. Classic, bro, classic. I am gonna put it to maybe. I do think the card is playable, but it really depends on if the deck needs it. Like, if we need the reach, then this probably sees play. Like, at 0 mana, it probably does see play, but I'm a little hesitant to put it there because it kind of needs a little bit more support currently. But it's one of these cards that, like, at 0 mana has the chance. Maybe it goes to likely. I'll go to maybe for the time being. We might move it up. Starfire does not see any play currently. Multi-Shot does not. Tide Color, I believe, is in standard, and there's like no deck that wants it. There was a Murloc deck last year that played it. So I guess it depends on whether or not Murlocs are good. Isn't Soulfire in standard? No, it not. It is not. Corcoran Elites. Corcoran's an interesting one too. Keep closing the tab with all the Hearthstone. Okay, what is Warrior doing currently? The thing about Corcoran Elite is its charge. And that's always a consideration. Sanguine Depth is a card. Nightmares is a card. Kind of burn. Not too bad. There's Egg Basher too, which is like actually like just 8 damage for 8 mana. Honestly, I can see you guys agree Corcoran could see play? Kind of, it's like niche to maybe. There's a chance if Warrior wants to be a little aggressive, you can make it happen. Dark If, Wind Fury, and Dragon Warrior. With the least copy? All right, we'll put maybe. Redemption? What am I redeeming in Paladin currently? Nothing too good right now. Mana Wraith does not see play. Shadow Flame? Is Shadow Flame in standard? Shadow Flame, I think the next set would go crazy. From what we've seen so far. Honestly, I think it might be a niche. Kind of a good clear. There's no giants in standards, so no Shadow Flame. I mean, we're getting some cards that interact pretty positively with it, though. In the next expansion, which is the chance. Yo, Markley, did I say thanks for the sub, bro? I don't know if I did. I'll put a niche. There's a chance. More board clears would be nice for the game right now. Assassin's Blade with Nazi play, I believe. Is Big Game Hunter in standard? With tradable? It is. Okay, currently in standard, Big Game Hunter is this. 4 mana with tradable. Would you play Big Game Hunter for 3 mana with no tradable? I don't think I would either. I think they're just better removal now. Gorehowl? Oh my god, can you imagine getting Gorehowl off the weapon kick, whatever her name is? Oh my god. Gorehowl's is nice reach. Hey, Naturalize? Let me leave it here now. There's always, I think there's always a chance for fucking Gorehowl because it's kind of just a lot of damage out of nowhere. I think Naturalize is niche too. I agree with that. I think Naturalize is a card that in retrospect probably should have been played more in Classic, but it's people were too scared to give their opponent 2 cards. This draws at like an all-time high for Hearthstone, so giving your opponent 2 cards is like probably not that bad. Just the question is, do you want to run this over something else? Holy Light does not see play. Lord Jaraxxus unfortunately does not see play. Alvin Archer? Phantom Knight is at 2 mana. This would not see play. Misdirection would not. Inner Rage. Inner Rage. Inner Rage and Warrior is pretty good. It works with Execute. It works with Torch. Works with self-damage stuff. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a niche or maybe. Does he play? 0 mana deal 1 damage is actually not that bad. Divine Spirit has to be like right next to Inner Fire, so we have to leave that there. Mirror Entity, no. Blood Mage Thalnos, yesterday I got fucking cooked with it. So there is a chance that Blood Mage Thalnos just is the GOAT. I don't want to say one thing or another. It's a nice little maybe like a nice little maybe. It's just a fine card. Southsea Deckhand. Always an interesting card. 1 mana charge. I think there's a chance. 1 mana turns. Doesn't Thanos literally play in a top tier deck? Okay, Alex. I mean, sure. Okay, whatever, dude. Does it actually? Is Burn Mage top tier? Looking, hold on. 53% win rate. Let's see if it actually sees play. Hold on. It does see play currently. I will put it to likely. We'll put it to likely. All right, I think deckhand's probably a maybe. I think it really depends on what we're going for here, but 1 minute with charge is always a scary thought, so this could be fine. Normal Flame Elemental is not seeing play. 3 mana Thought Seal is not seeing play. Watcher I hardly know is not seeing any play. Northshire Cleric? Does Priest need more draw? Maybe. Could work with Men too, because you're like healing. There's a lot of healing now. Probably a maybe. A chance. Maybe niche. I don't know about likely. How bad is Priest right now, Chad? Is Priest just the worst thing in the world? The thing about Cleric is like, it is one of these things that always has. One of these cards that always has a chance. It could go crazy, to be honest with you. Now that I look at what the Priest has. Also, you could resuscitate it, which is a very interesting thought. I'll go with maybe. There's a chance. Classic I might, probably not. Didn't really see a lot of play back in Classic either, if I remember correctly. Novice Engineer, probably not. Fellstalker, no. Preparation at 3? Do we even have to discuss? I don't think so. Kidnapper, no. Nat Pagel, at the start of your turn, you have a 50% chance to draw an extra card. Like, if we're delusional, maybe, but what if, okay, let me throw you a little bit of a question. What if it was Nat Pagel in his original form? If you guys did not know, Nat Pagel used to say at the end of your turn. Would that see play? Probably not. We had Gold Panner. Defias is in standard, but it's better. Innervate to gain 2 mana crystals. See a pattern here, by the way. Avenging Wrath. Is Avenging Wrath in standard? I don't think it is. I'm double checking though, because I could be wrong here actually. What's in standard a little bit ago? I don't remember. Probably not. I think it matters. Boar has to just go niche by default. There's always a chance for this card. There's always a chance. Always a chance. Actually, what is he playing Tolvir Hunter right now? Maybe then. Boar's 100%. Really? Okay, well, hold on. What's the fucking dream for Boar, chat? What is it? Is it just Hunter and like you just have a 1 minute deal 1 damage? Necro card is good. Druid +3/+3 and Virana. Or is crazy. What do you mean niche? All right, chill, guys. Chill. Jesus. Holy. So passionate about Children's card. No, I'm kidding. Okay. Captain's Pair. Oh, and Bu Hunter is a good call, Alex. Yeah, you're so right. You're so right. You see, guys, we need to learn from Alex, okay? You see how Alex actually brings a coherent point and the rest of you guys just yell at me and scream? Like, we need to be more like Alex. I'm going to get that on a wristband for you guys, okay? And I'm going to ship it out to each one of you. Be like Alex. Deal? All right, cool. Okay, Captain's Parrot. 2 mana to draw a pirate. It's usually pretty good. If we get like Marin, it'll be all right. Is there a pirate currently being played? I'll put it to niche because there's always a chance. Original Force of Nature. Summon 3 2/2 treants with charge that die at the end of the turn. Force of Nature is currently like it really comes down to what you could do with this. Like how good is like in a vacuum, it probably sees play. But on top of that, it's like, what does Druid actually have to synergize with this? Power of the Wild is here. Mark of the Wild is here. It's not the greatest. Hatchery's like an extra like couple damage, but they die at the end of turn. Force Gift is interesting. Overheat is kind of Force of Nature with extra steps, actually, now that I think about it. Splintered Reality is a card as well. Wildwood Circle's kind of funny with it. All right, talked myself into it. Wicker is just more lethal. It's actually just lethal most of the time. Ever since they nerfed Forest Gift, Force of Nature loses a lot of stock. Yeah, but Force of Nature is one of those cards where it kind of just, it needs one card to pop off and then it's insane. Also, Elise is in the game, right? Elise is, you can play the 5-mana location and give all your characters +2 attack. And now Force of Nature is insane. You guys are wrong. I'm playing 100%. Blood Imp is 1 mana 0/1 stealth at the end of your turn. Give another random friendly minion +1 health. Holy Spite, no. Demon Fire, no. 5 mana Assassinate, no. Bloodfin Raptor, no. Brawl? Brawl? Any doubters in the chat for 100%? Honestly, it might get its own tier. You know how nice it would be to have Brawl in the game right now? After what we've been through? You know how nice it would be? It'd be lovely to have Brawl back in the game. Higher than Force of Nature? I'm not really like... We're not really... I guess we can do that at the end. I'm not really like weighting these currently. We'll go back. Hellfire's in the game at 3, I believe, so not needed. Mana Tide Totem at 3. Maybe not. Siphon was at 4. It didn't even see play. Light's Justice, no. Okay, I'm gonna... Let's talk about this card real fast because this card's actually kind of interesting. I like how you look up Wind Fury on the wiki and it doesn't even show you Wind Fury. Like it literally just doesn't know what it is. Wind Fury is 2 mana, give a minion Wind Fury. Shocker, I know. You're never gonna guess it. Hellfire's a niche. Not a 4 mana though. You wouldn't play it at 4. You'd play it at 3. Remember, it's in the classic state, not what it currently is. Because it doesn't work like obviously like prep at 3 is better than prep at 2. Niche probably. I feel like Wind Fury is one of those cards that gets better with better minions in the game, so there's a chance. Also, currently, with all the buffs on board, with Herald Shaman, Wind Fury kind of got it. I'll put it niche. You might consider it. Arcane Missiles. I don't actually know if it's in standard. I know you can generate it. Could go and burn. Like it's probably a maybe. Like here. I'd say it could be likely, but I think it's a little too weak. Do maybe. There's a chance. There's a chance. The bird's probably just better. True Silver Champion's worse than what it was in standard, and I don't remember if it even saw play. I don't think it did. Chicken, no. 0 mana Silence. I think there's like no silences in standard right now. There's 3 silences in standard right now. Chicken 100%. What? No way Chicken seeing play, bro. I guess we could put the silence next to the owl, which in maybe you might want it. It's fine, I guess. Flare. Blair's pretty goated. 1 mana draw a card. It just fits right into the 100 deck. Pretty good. 4 mana swipe. 4 mana swipe is like, it's asking a lot because we had 3 mana swipe and we know how much better it was. We miss swipe though. I kind of miss swipe a little bit. It'd be kind of nice to have in the game right now. Even at 4. Maybe a maybe. I'm not 100% sure it's likely at 4. But maybe. I think maybe feels good. I think maybe feels good. Maybe it actually is likely though. Like I'm thinking about like when I played Druid yesterday, one of the problems with the deck is like just killing your opponent. You're just hoping like the board does it. So having swipe is really nice to have. I don't know. Connor, what's up, man? I'll put it likely. I'm not sure. Frost Nova, I think low key would see play. The card is like, the card is silly. The question is like, how likely are you to see play? Well, would it see play an aggro mage? Maybe just to delay the game. I'm putting it into 1. Yeah, I'm putting it into 100. Lightwell does not. Direwolf Alpha probably does not. Power Shield? Wait. Power Shield in standard? No. 100%. I actually think this card just sees play for Priest. Maybe likely. This is just a good card, man. Like, it's just good. Obviously play. All right, Circle of Healing. Probably niche. Actually, the location, right? The location, yeah, you're so right. Let's see play. If we need, does Priest need that much removal? Probably. That's maybe a little too much though. I think, okay, all right, hold on. I'm gonna put the likely. I don't think you're guaranteed gonna run circle because you already have a lot of board clears. I think Priest's biggest problem is just drawing into those clears. I'll put it to likely. Savage Roar. Any doubters? Priest has removal. It's his draw. Like I feel like if Priest had better draw, they would be chilling. I think Savage Roar is 100%. Wisp maybe, like niche maybe. I don't know about this. Mark of the Wild does not really see play. Blessed Champion. Blessed Champion's interesting. Wisp is played. All right, we'll put it to niche because it was it really seeing that much play? I guess it was playing Nago. Yeah, you're kind of right. Okay, yeah, true. We'll put maybe. We'll put maybe. Deal? Maybe. I think maybe's fun. Vanessa Rogue, I don't think just runs Wisp though. What would it see play right now? Every Elise deck would run it. Yeah, but okay, so hold on, but let me counter that. I feel like you ran Wisp because Elise was so broken that you had to put it into your deck. Right now, this is like after Elise was nerfed though. Like you didn't put Wisp in the deck because it was broken. You put it in because Elise was just super strong and you had to run it. Now it's nerfed. It's not as good as it used to be. Your point? What do you mean your point? I don't know. I kind of feel like it's a maybe. I feel like Elise was so good at the time that Wisp was worth running in every deck. I think it lost a couple stonks there. Blessed Champion, kind of an interesting card. I don't think it's gonna see play, but maybe. Unleash the Hounds, dude. What does Hounds have currently to see play? 100% mean it sees played a meta deck because it would. What meta deck would play Whisper right now, Alex? But if your reasoning is like it's only for Elise, Rogue would see play. Wait, why would it see play in Rogue though? I think the Elise one is like a weird conversation to have because we look at it in hindsight. For Vanessa and Phoenix. All right, how about we compromise and say likely? Deal? Wait, isn't there already a 0 mana card in standard right now though? Oh, there is no neutral 0 mana 1/1. Oh, that's like the first time ever. I will put likely then. I'll move it up. It's just shaman. That's really interesting. Is that the first time ever? I don't think if it is. Okay, at least the Hounds. He made fun of me for suggesting Vanessa Rogue. Skull, I did not. When did I do that? Lies? When did I call you out? You were just, what the fuck? What is this? No, I'm gonna put, hold on. Can we get through all the poo real fast before we discuss other cards? Because I feel like that's easier. Fork Lightning does not see play. Eye for an Eye does not see play. Let's just get through all these bad cards. Millhouse doesn't. I don't want to hear any shit in chat. You know, you will not see play. No. Which is weird to put Tyrion there, I'm not gonna lie. No. Shadow Madness is interesting. We could talk about that. I don't think Blessing will see play. There's no way. Actually, Arcane Explosion actually has potential too. It's actually really weird. There's actually a lot of really good cards from Classic. Did you guys know that? Does King Crush see play? There's no way Mind Vision sees play. There's no way. He Price does not. Dragonhawk probably does not. If I'm putting, oh my god, there's so many cards, bro. Holy shit. There's 30 million cards in this set. Bu Hunter plays Crush? No way. Is it really that fast? I think the reason why the other Crush was played is because you emptied the board. You know what I mean? It's the board argument all over again. I mean, there's a difference between, I guess you're reducing it to 0. Really? Okay, we'll just go back in order because there's too many cards here. There's too many cards. Okay, I think Unleash the Hounds personally, I don't know if it's 100%. But it is a good card. Like, actually, maybe it gets Paladin, you just run it. I mean, it probably sees play. Like, it's probably seeing played. Like, it's probably, I'm gonna put it not 100%. I'm gonna put it likely. Like, it would probably see play, but I can't guarantee it. Shield Bearer at all? Thoughts? Concerns? Thoughts and prayers? Cost doesn't matter when you're imbued. Yeah, that's true. Probably not seeing play. Neri Kek W. Commanding Shout? Probably not. Maybe Niche though, or probably not. It didn't really see a lot of play anyways. Eagle Horn Bow? Probably not. This card's fallen off quite a bit. Hawkeye Soul Priest? Probably not. We have the location now. I guess that means you would have this card for the combo, but I think the location is just like strictly better at this point in time. 4 mana for that is kind of steep in current Hearthstone. Location's only once. Yeah, but the benefit of having location is, yes, I know how Auchenai Soul Priest works. Location is 1 mana and it's already on board. Like you have to find this, then play another card with it. I don't know. Like it's kind of a lot. I'm gonna put maybe. You might run it. Breacher Trap is in standard, and I don't think it sees a ton of plays, so maybe it's more niche. Does Freezing Trap see play at all? Currently, no. But like, if there's ever like a secret interaction, this is one that you always would consider. It's probably niche here. It's like not unplayable. Holy Wrath in its original state, dude. Oh my god, wild! That shit was crazy. How good would Holy Wrath be right now in standard at 5 mana? Highest cost card in the game is what? Probably Ultra Gigasaur. Five mana deal 11. Probably no. Mirror Image. Your image could be okay. Be okay. It's a niche. This could be okay. Could be okay. Fireworks is in standard right now, correct? In its original state. Double checking. I just want to make sure I don't get the facts wrong. Is it not in standard? Was it in last year? Is that what I'm thinking about? It was definitely in standard one of these years. Am I tripping? Was it in standard last year? I feel like it was. Hold on. Hold on, hold on. Fiery War Axe. I guess it was it not? Well, last year it was. Did he play at all? I don't think it did. I don't think it did. Bluegill Warrior. Maybe. Kind of like it's kind of like a niche, like a Tide Caller. If there's ever like a Warlock deck, it's or a Murloc deck, it's fine. Arcanine Reaper. I think Shadow Word Paint. We're not get Cho out of the way. Cho's just. I'm gonna get shit for Cho. Geomancer might see play too. Acolyte Paint, we have a better version, so we can get that out of the way. I don't think this see play. Pain, probably not. You guys gotta say Cho sees play for sure, but like XD. Okay, Nourish at 5 mana. Choose one, gain 2 mana crystals, or draw 3 cards. Probably 100%, I feel like. If you go Treant into Nourish, you're probably winning the game. Pretty good. I think it's pretty good. Urshock, I actually think sees a lot of play too in Shaman. Urshock's just kind of a sick card. Where all of my silence homies at? It's a maybe for sure. Geomancer, does Geomancer see play? Like you would rather always play Thalnos over Geomancer, right? So probably here. I guess you could put it to niche because it might see play. Equality. Is Equality in standard right now? I think it is, right? I got fucked by it yesterday. Does Equality see any play? can't think of the last time someone hard ran it. Odyssey's niche play. An imbue paladin. Okay, let's say in a world where some kind of control paladin exists, would a quality C play? Probably. So we'll go with like maybe. Still probably good. Archmage Antonidas, big tones. Does Tony C play? Tony is in standard. Does Tony C play at all? No. Abusive Sergeant as a 1-mana 2/1. On God. Any doubters? Dude, when they nerfed this card from a 2/1 to a 1/1, it was actually insane. Actually insane. He's playing Egg-Lorglock right now. I'll put it on it. 2/1's crazy. Kieran Mage, like maybe if secrets are good, but it wasn't really a huge thing either. Claw probably doesn't. Fireball barely sees play. I guess it sees. We'll put Fireball in niche. It does see play in a current deck, but I feel like if any burn gets better, it's probably gonna get replaced pretty fast. But I mean, I guess you could make the case that it's maybe then. Alec here right now. Is Alec here in standard? Other than like the, don't say the new one XDD. Alec here stop play 100%. With all the Herald buffs, probably, right? It's probably very likely. Felguard? No. Knife Juggler, the GOAT. I was a 2-mana 3/2. What are we thinking? Can you guys imagine Knife Juggler with Confront the Tolvir? Oh. Is it 100%? It's probably likely. I don't know about 100%. I don't know if you want to. Okay, Warsong Commander is a very interesting one here. Anything that has 3 or less attack, you give it charge. How good is that currently? Oh, I didn't realize these are warrior cards, Blizzard. Okay, so remind yourselves, you could play a minion, give it charge, and then buff the shit out of it. It is summon, so you could do it with. Currently there's just not a lot of cards that interact with it positively. Actually, hold on a second. I'm tripping. Okay, hold on a second. Hold on. Would Itzy play with this card? Probably, right? No, it's actually 100%. Like, there's no, on God, this card, I think it would be insane. You do God's work with that card. Rarran, the original just gave charge. That was in beta, bro. We're looking at classic. Secret Keeper.
JP224466 is a big cat.
It needs like a secret deck to see play. That's the problem. It has to be a good secret deck. It's probably no right now. It's probably too slow. Yo, Jay, thanks for the sub, bro. Appreciate it, man. Snake Trap is in standard, right? I have to double check because I literally don't know anymore. Like, it's actually insane. There's so many cards that are, it's not in standard. With Snake Trap C play, 100% so I can look at the art. Maybe niche. Probably not good enough anymore though. There's just better cards that you would want to spend 2 mana on. Leper Gnome? Any doubters in chat? I still think this is probably one of the best one drops of all time. Like it's actually insane. It's so strong. Okay, Shadow Madness, I was gonna put it no, but if I think about it, Shadow Madness actually has a lot of potential currently in standard. There's a lot of actually really good cards that you would be very happy to Shadow Madness. But at 4, at 4 mana, like you would ruin the egg. That's the thing. Like the egg would be cooked. I'm just double checking to see if there's anything that I think is like extremely good with Shadow Madness. Doesn't look like it. All right, probably not. He was at like other than the egg. Like I'm gonna just put it to niche because maybe like you steal an egg with it. Eviscerate, I think would see play. I'm gonna put it to maybe to likely actually probably. Eviscerate probably still sees play. Actually, is Eviscerate in standard? Hold on, checking. Hold on. I don't think it is. It is not. It would probably see play. Put it to likely. Cruel Taskmaster as a 2-mana 2/2? Probably not. Sinister Strike. Okay, is Sinister Strike in standard? I gotta double check. The fact that I don't know for sure probably means it won't see play. Yeah, I'm thinking about Miracle, which is coming in next set. Like in a vacuum, it's fine. It's not great though. There's probably just better cards. Maybe niche though. I'll put it to niche. There's a chance. Frostbolt is seeing current play in Aggro Mage, so I have to put next to Fireball. But I think at any moment, there's better removal. It'll probably get changed. Okay, Battle Rage is a card I think we can discuss for 8 years because there's actually so many cards that interact positive. You know what? I'm just gonna say something. I'm probably thinking it's likely. I think it's very likely this card sees play actually currently. Warrior has so much good damage like to their own minions that it just seems so powerful. And, like maybe the biggest issue for control warriors is just not drawing enough currently. It's gonna be fine, dude. If we got Warsong Commander, Battle Rage is 100%. Alex, odds you put Warsong Commander in so we can have Patron again? Put it on. I think it's very good. Weaponsmith is Nazi play. The ball Shadow Priest is not. Okay, Arcane Explosion, I was gonna immediately put into no, but I think thinking about Aggro Mage, it might want it, or Burn Mage, it might want it. There is a real chance it just wants a 2-mana deal though. I mean, I guess you have the Shatter card though. This Calic would give us 1 to it. Not face, not an aggro. Okay, what about in a non-aggro deck? You think there's no chance Arcane Explosion would see play? I don't know about that. I feel like there's a chance. Also an arcane spell, right? I'd consider it in like Leyline Mage. Is it arcane? I mean, if they put right now in the game, it is considered an arcane spell. I know I said like we're considering what it was in classic, but I mean, I think Spell Schools is one of those things where you have to consider it because it would be updated if it was added to classic. Like it would say arcane. I think that's fair considering like Iceberry is Frost and standard right now, right? I don't know. I feel like you guys are kind of like trip. I think it might be niche. I think there's a real chance that Arcane Explosion could see play. His spell damage is so much more prominent than it used to be. I might get hate for that. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Iceberry is the standard, right? Barrier does not see a lot of play, right? But again, it's kind of a niche card. Amani probably does not. Does Crab see play? I mean, Crab would be niche if Murlocs popped off, so we have to put it next to the Murlocs. Burst? Just for a nice little bit of reach? For Big Shaman? I think it's very possible. That's on a maybe angle. Playing Magic after this? I don't have time today, unfortunately, man. Overload 2, though. I mean, this is in its original state for this one. Hey, Rare, big fan. Did you get shadow banned? YouTube won't recommend me your videos anymore. I did not get shadow banned. Did you get shadow banned? How overwhelming? Is it likely? Conceal? Let's not having a conversation about that one. Explode. Guys, explosive trap's not going to see any play, right? XDD. Let's put it in niche just in case because I think it's fine. Okay, Cold Blood. Cold Blood's another interesting one here. Standard. It's non-standard. Got thoughts on Cold Blood? Cold Blood, I think, has a chance. It's definitely not a no. It's definitely like a niche, probably. Like if you just need a one cost spell, it could see play. I could see maybe two in like some kind of very aggressive aggro deck. All right, we'll put it maybe. All right, what about charge? 3 mana, give a friendly minion +2 attack and charge in standard. Thoughts and prayers? Charge would be an aggro warrior. Wait, that's actually sick as fuck. You're so right. That's actually true. Yeah, that'd be fucking stupid. Argent Squire, I actually think would see play Paladin, so I'm gonna put it like maybe to likely. I think let's see play Paladin pretty easily. Seems like a very easy thing to do. Mortal Coil, I believe, is in standard, and I don't think it sees any play, but I will put it to niche because there's always a chance Control Warlock pops off. King Crush, we agreed that Imbue Hunter would be very strong, so if we're putting Boar up here, it's the same thing. Voiter probably doesn't see play. Worgen does not. Probably Oracle doesn't. Seer probably doesn't. I guess we can make the case that all Murlocs have a chance. I don't think the 1 mana Grimskill Oracle is going to matter. Argent Protector is better in standard currently. Okay, Mana Worm. Mana Worm right now would see play in aggro mage. Almost guaranteed. I think it would be an easy auto include instead of the 2 mana 1/4. So it's like, dude, this card, isn't it crazy this card existed in Classic? I just can't get over it. Like, I think it's fucking mental. Dust Devil probably doesn't see play. Light Spawn's better in standard, I believe. Ice Lance. All right, let me see what aggro mage looks like. Hold on a second. How many frost spells are we running? I guess frost spells wise, Frostbolt Stonks would go up. The only frost spell you're running in Burn Mage is Frostbolt, though. Alex, you say 100%. Is that just because it is an aggro mage, or do you have another reason? It's pretty good. So it was always a good card. Also, just a lot of damage, right? Leave it there for now. Holy Fire does not. Noble Sacrifice, like, you would run it with Frosto. I don't know if all cards are coming back together or not. I'm assuming like we're rating it in a vacuum, like not synergistic. Like if you took the card from Classic and added it directly into Standard, like without thinking about other synergies from Classic. So like Ice Lance on its own right now would be like Frostbolt. That would be it. Because I think like you can't think of like the whole package from Classic. I'll put maybe because it's next to Frostbolt. Like pretty much it's like if any other burn package comes out, you probably don't run these, but we'll leave it there. Noble Sack I don't think sees play currently. There's a chance if secret decks do come out, but we'll leave it there for the time being. Hound Master. I mean, Hound Master probably does not see play in current standard. There's no way. It's too old. Loot Horde does not. Arcane Intellect. Chad, does Arcane Intellect see play currently? If it doesn't see play now, it's never seen play. No. Code of Cold. Did we give him the cock or no? Probably not. Execute is in standard, and I believe it does see play, right? I'm just gonna double check. He's playing like Control Warrior for sure. Like likely, I guess. Do maybe, but I think likely. I think Shield Slam has a really. I'll put it next to Shield Slam. Like it just depends if Control Warrior is there. Flame Strike does not see play at this. Lightning Strike is better currently. Farseer does not. Shadow Bolt does not. Touch does not. Ancestral Spirit. Ancestral Spirit stonks go up with cards like Colossal. 2 mana to like give your Alakir resummon, and you get the additional stuff could be very good. I don't think if there's anything else I would really want. Lightning Storm is played, isn't it? Again, we're looking at what it currently was in standard or in classic, sorry. So currently in standard, there is a better version of Lightning Storm. So this version of Lightning Storm would not see play. Even throwing Spirit on an egg is pretty hard. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. That sounds not very good. I don't know. Like, you guys think niche is fair? Because I think you would consider it. There are situations where I feel like Ancestral Spirit would be very, very good. I think niche is fine. Death, I don't think you're seeing play. Cold Light Oracle. Ooh, okay. Let me get rid of Pit Lord. Let me get rid of Footman. We'll get rid of Master Smith. While I see, I'm just looking at bad cards while I'm here. We're gonna get to the juicy ones soon. If you just see me move cards into the slot, it's because it's just not going to see any play. Oracle see play? Forced Overdraw? I mean, that's not why I would play Oracle necessarily. I don't know if Cold Light Oracle would see play currently. It's really interesting. I mean, maybe in some I'll put maybe. That seems like a good spot. Like there is a chance that card, because you just want more draw in your decks. Okay, Armor Smith is not in standard right now, right? I think it's intentional. Wait, is it in standard? It's not. I don't think it's likely. What deck wants draw? What? What do you mean what deck wants draw? Alright. I think this card's like probably like not gonna see any play. Yeah. Flame Tongue Totem? Probably not. Flame Tongue Totem. I actually don't know about Flame Tongue Totem. Raffle, what's up, man? Probably not. Isn't very good. Flame Imp. I'll check this don't see play. Does Flame Imp see play? It doesn't, right? Moonfire. We have a better card for Moonfire, right? For Mage, though. It's not for Druid. I'm going to put Flame Imp to maybe. Okay. Or sorry, niche. Because I do think at any point there is an aggro deck. You always consider it. Shadow Step needs a category for itself. If I say something that you're going to be shocked. I don't think Shadow Step's the best card here. I don't think it's close. I'll take this This over it. On God. I'd probably take 3 mana prep over Shadow Step currently. If we slot it in right now, I don't even think it's the best card. It's in standard now and sees no play, but I think at any point in time, like in standard, like if we're thinking of it in a vacuum, Flame Imp has a chance to see play if Warlock actually gets a competitive aggro deck, right? It always has that thing. So that's where I would be. Voodoo Doctor, does Voodoo Doctor see play? I sometimes see it, but probably not. Oh my God. Actually, to take it back, this is the card. This is the card I would want over anything else. Fuck that stupid Treant. Give me that card, please. Spellbender does not. Cleave does not. Crazed Alchemist does see play currently in the Animal Companion deck. So we'll put it to likely. I don't think it's 100% because it really comes down to if you need it, but it does see play. So I guess you could make the case that it does deserve to be 100%. Keeper of the Grove. 4 mana 2/4 with a silence. Honestly, probably not. It's probably too slow. It's kind of depressing. Starving Buzzard. 2 mana 2/1 when you summon a beast, draw a card. It's somewhere around here. Good card. Probably likely. I don't think it's 100% yet. Buzzard's 100%. I mean, yo, Tweak, what's up, man? Hope you're doing well. It's been a hot minute. Hope you're doing great. I'm looking to see what beasts are currently being played. I guess with Animal Companion Hunter, it could go crazy. It's whenever you summon. I don't know. Looking at the beast, I'm not thinking 100%. I think it's here. I think it's here. It definitely has the chance to just be an auto include in a variety of different decks, but currently, like, it would really come down to what is being added. If we're considering it like in a vacuum from Classic, Buzzard pretty bad. Okay, no, that's not true at all. Is the assumption that all classic card exists for rankings? No, like if you took the classic card right now and put it in standard, like in a vacuum, would it see play? Right? Not like, let me grab the whole classic package and put it into the game. Because then that's an entirely different thing. So you're not thinking of it like Unleash the Hounds with Buzzards being added. It's like if Starving Buzzard was added on its own, would it see play? I think it's likely it could see play. In 2026 standard, I think it could see play. Bane of Doom is a no. Shield Block at 3 would not see play. Ice Block? Upgrade? Mortal Strike probably does not. Gladiator Longbow does not. I'm just going to get rid of the really bad ones. Consecrate does not. We have a 3 mana version of it. There's no way. Guardian Kings does not. We don't play Murloc Raider. We don't play Patient Assassin. We don't play Master Disguise. Sacrificial Pact does not say. Actually, hold on. We'll talk about Sac Pack in a hot second here because it is the original version, which could go. There's so many cards. Oh my God, there's still some more. Chat upgrade. How many championships did Edwin win? Too many. Too many. Ramses play. Oh. We'll put it to likely. Would you upgrade? Okay, but so let's just think in 2026, right? let's say there's a decent weapon that you would want to upgrade. Is it worth running the card? Bulwark is interesting. Probably too slow. How about niche? How about niche? I don't know if it's an outright no. There is a chance that like a really good weapon is like decent. There's a chance. Upgrades an aggro card. Brothel has spoken. Mortal Strike. 4 mana deal 6? Probably not. Actually, I mean, reach is fine, but I don't know if you really need it. We have so much burn from hand now. So much burn. Blessing of Wisdom? Probably not. Young Priestess? Probably not. What is that emote? Poggers Champ? Don't fucking do that ever again. What is that? Starfall does not see play. Doomhammer? Doomhammer's a weird one because we have Murden currently in the game. But Doomhammer kind of just rips. If both existed in standard, would you see Doomhammer? Would Doomhammer get played? Like, do you want to run the Murden package over Doomhammer? I don't know. I feel like it's not just a no. Does Paladin have access to cheap Wind Fury? Not really, no. Not currently. No Rockbite hurts? Yeah, but you have the Deathwing hero power. It's 8 strikes. I guess if you're Deathwinging with the weapon, they're dead anyways with Murden. Like, you don't need the Doomhammer. It's kind of overkill and it overloads you. So probably not. Are we fair to say that there's a chance that when Murden, let's just take the world where Murden's not in standard. You think Doomhammer would not see any play? Like, I think it would see play if Murden didn't exist. I'm putting it to niche. I'm putting it to niche. I think there's definitely a chance. I think there's a chance. Summoning Portal, probably not. Crocless, no. Nether did not see play, got buffed. Poly? What is that logic? I mean, so again, if we're looking at a card in standard and we're going, this card won't see play because there's this there's this better card that does, there's this other card that does the exact same thing, so there's no reason to run it. I understand that. But in a world where it's like the Murden doesn't exist, if you put Doomhammer into 2026 standard Hearthstone, would Doomhammer see play? I think the chance is yes, it would see play. You know what I mean? I don't think if you would run Polymorph. Blood Knight's interesting because Paladin runs a lot of Divine Shields. How would this card work with the 5 mana guy? You're bending your own rules here? Okay, wait, how am I bending my own rules though? Or, like, be honest with me, how am I bending my own rules? I think I've been really fair over the course of the entire thing. Like, I think if you make the case, what do you mean if Murden does not exist? Murden's in standard. Yeah, but like, again, if you took, oh my God. If you took Doomhammer and you put it into 2026 standard Hearthstone, right? There is a chance that Doomhammer would see play even with Murden in here. Even when Murden in the standard pool. But in a world where Murden doesn't exist, in 2026 standard, would Doomhammer see play? Right? You would. What other rules am I bending to make the cards fit a particular category? By doing the same logic. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Waiting. Pause champ. I think polymorph with all the damn eggs around. Yeah, but there's silence. Would Blood Knights play? Blood Knight would play because of Paladin, right? But only because of Paladin. I don't know if that's that good though. Probably niche. A lot of people can't handle hypotheticals. Like, how would you feel if you didn't eat breakfast? They'll hit you with, but I ate breakfast. No, but I'll like one of the, I think it was actually Alex who said it to me, where I was like, why would you play this card when this card exists? And he said to me, and I'll never forget this. He just goes, why wouldn't you just play both? I was like, wait, he's right. Yo, Tracker, thanks for the sub, bro. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Arcane Shot is currently seeing play, which is actually insane. Just because of Tol'Vir. Tol'Vir is so, this list would be so different if Tol'Vir didn't exist. But okay, so like if that's why I'm gonna put likely, because then Tol'Vir's like, if Tol'Vir doesn't exist, would Arcane Shot see play? And potentially. I wish Blood Knight was in the game. He was so great in Bubble Pound as a 3-mana giant. Tol'Vir not existing would be so nice. Yeah, true. I don't know if Polymorph would see play. I guess Hex is Rarran. Probably niche. What a niche. Divine Favor. I'll be there. Power of the Wild. Like it might see play. Like Power of the Wild in standard. It isn't standard. Does this see play? Does Token Druid even run it? That's a good indication of whether or not Token Druid doesn't even run it. Yeah, Token Druid doesn't even run it. I think that's a really good indication that probably not good. I mean, it's probably niche still though, because if like there are no other buffs and there is some kind of aggro, I mean, but then you make the case of like, if there's no buffs, why are you playing aggro druid? Let's play at the start of the season. All right, we'll put it in niche. We'll put it to niche. There's a chance. Would Mind Blast see play? What is the exact wording of Deeve? More burn? I don't even know if you would run shut. I don't even know, because there's no like aggro deck. It could exist, is the thing. Medivh says, cost zero if you control Medivh, double the damage and healing of your spells. Also, you could generate it from the Discover thing, which is like kind of something to think about. It's not 100%. There's no way. A chance. There's a chance. Ancestral Healing, probably not. Counterspell, probably not. Arrow Spirits for 2, you'll not see. Would you play Mind Control at 10, chat? Probably not, right? Wrath's kind of sees play. Little niche here. Soul the Forest. Okay, so there is the Shattered card. If the Shattered card did not exist, would you run Soul the Forest in Token Druid right now? Probably not. I don't know. You can actually make the case that it might be okay. Like, you're still paying 4 mana for it. The deck would get worse though, for sure. There is a chance, right? Put a niche. There's a chance. Sense Demons. Probably niche too. Bloodsilk Corsair, I believe, is in standard right now, right? Does this he play? Is it in standard? It is in standard, right? There are people telling me about the yeah, it is. The fact it's in standard and I've never seen it makes me believe it's not playable, even with the funny OTK thing. It is. I've never seen it. I haven't seen this Raider thing once. What do we? I need to get an extension in chat that puts like your rank next to your name. I feel like that would help me out so much when I have a conversation with people. Because like I feel like some of the times we just live in different realities. You know what I mean? Betrayal probably doesn't see play. Would Uzi play? League streamers do. I feel like it would help a lot. Because like I feel like some of the times people are like, no, this card's so good, like it's so insane, but like reality is like they might be bronze, right? Like I don't know, like it's and like you actually are in a different planet if you're in bronze compared to like legend rank, right? It's a completely different game. That is like saying women should have their body count on top of their forehead. No, and it's not the same thing at all, actually, because someone's body count doesn't actually go to their knowledge of something, where in Hearthstone, your knowledge of something is actually extremely relevant. That's kind of a weird thing to say there, Rio Cats. I'm not going to lie to you, bro. X does see play. I'll put it to likely. It's not guaranteed. Give your totems 2 health. Probably not. Doomguard? Would Doomguard see play? It isn't standard, right? Doomguard isn't standard, right? Doesn't he play now? Is it niche? Like in a world where like I don't think Doomguard has no chance of seeing play. So like there is always a chance that it could see play in 2026. I think is what I'm going to imagine here. This is always a chance. Currently there's obviously no deck that supports it, but like it's like the same logic as like Flame Imp. Like if there's ever like some kind of aggro warlock deck, I think it still makes the deck. Maybe not. Maybe I think Flame Imp is a better card than Doomguard, to be fair. Rampage? Magician Blade's not seeing play. Corruption's not seeing play. Oh my god, I realize how many cards are in this fucking game. I know I've said that like 8 times, and it's crazy. I really gotta just get through like the absolute feces. So hold on a second. I don't think Game Master sees play. If you guys see me move something here and you're like, wait, hold on a second, just let me know. But I'm just gonna get rid of the cards I legitimately don't think they're gonna see any play. I gotta go a little faster here. I'm running out of time. Bounce effects are kind of just good. There's a chance. Why is Lightning Storm? No, we're looking at the classic version of the card, and the version that is in standard is just better. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. Harambe would see play. Uh-huh. Maybe down in Disneyland ranks. I'm getting rid of the cards we don't really need a conversation for, so you guys can discuss something else in chat. What is a lot thoughts on Alarmo bot low key? Or am I tripping? I'm a better raid leader in standard. RP does not. Sunwalker does not. Assassin does not. Or did I just grab that? Corehound definitely doesn't. Lord of the Arena does not. Nightblade does not. Frostwolf does not. Does Abomination see play? Deathwing does not. Brule does not, unfortunately, my goat. Nixie does not. Oz does not. Ysera probably doesn't. I'm actually pretty confident it doesn't. Hold on. Mali maybe. Archmage does not. So we have a better Black Knight in standard. Albin does not. Ogre does not. Augur does not. Odo does not. Commander does not. We have a better Argus than standard. Don't need Dwarf. And does not. Frost Nova or Holy Nova at 5 does not. Elemental does not. Lumberbot doesn't. Let's be honest on God about it. Leia Hands at 8 does not. Pyro at 10 probably doesn't. Dread Infernal, I mean, probably not as insane for me to say out loud. Slam at 2 does not. We have 1. Eastern Wrath does not. Mark of Nature does not. This does not. This at 7 definitely doesn't. Mana Addict probably doesn't either. No. 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 We have a better one standard. You might, so hold on a second. No. We have a better Mukla. Azure Drink at a 5-mana 4/4? Probably not, right? Tiger doesn't see play unless it's generated. Orin. The Beast. Frost Elemental. Oh my god, I just thinned this down so much. God bless. Now it's easier to look at. Creeper does not. Lydon does not. We have a better Karen in standard. Sylvanas, chat? What do you think? I don't think Sylvanas makes the cut anymore, which is crazy, man. That was a Giga staple back in the day, but I don't think it does. Okay, Panther does not. Crusader does not. Tidehunter probably doesn't, even with like Murloc decks. Murlocs are scary. There's always a chance. Okay, I think this is like a good list to go from. Okay, Rampage. Maybe Rampage does get considered because there is a lot of damage stuff. So I would put Niche for this. There's just a lot of ways that could be good. Scavenging Hyena. Scavenging Hyena is probably too slow now. Did Ty Hunter see play in? See, like that's what I mean. Like I'm not sure about Murlocs. I guess I'll just I'll just put all the Murlocs together because there's always a chance. Hyena probably does not see play. Rockbiter weapon at 1. Any doubters? That card fucks. Tundra Rhino. Okay, now hit me with this. Hit me with this. Dude, Tundra Rhino would go crazy. Oh. There is a chance. Heroic Strike, probably not. I guess no. Maybe though. Druid of the Claw as a 5-mana 4/4 with charge. Like you're never playing the taunt, so this is we're literally looking at this as like a 5-mana 4/4 with charge. Maybe there's buffs. Charge is a very scary mechanic. Druid has buffs. Maybe like a niche angle there. Like I think charge is one of those like keywords where it's like there's always a chance. Light Warden probably not. Sap would be niche. Arcane Golem. 3-mana 4/2 charge battlecry. Give your opponent a mana crystal. It was very good in Aggro Hunter back in the day. 3-mana 4/2 was just like, it was just reach. Do we need more reach in current standard is the thing. Probably not. Giving your opponent a mana crystal sounds stupid as fuck too. Currently. You wouldn't know. Sorceress Apprentice. Probably. Okay, Sack Pack is interesting because now this one is destroy a demon, not destroy a friendly demon. A demon could be very good currently. Could be good regardless whenever, right? Probably niche. Like it's one of these cards that like if you rip it and they have a demon, you're like the happiest person in the world. Edwin Van Cleef. Next card. Shiv? Is Rogue Name or draw? I could always maybe use. We'll put a niche. I think if you made Shiv a 1-mana card, it'd be really interesting. Standard. Deadly Shot. Shiv's in standard. Actually. Wait, are you serious? All right, if that's the case. Oh, it is in standard. XD. Okay. Deadly Shot, probably not. Doomsayer? Give Doomsayer the old niche. Lightning Bolt. Is Lightning Bolt in standard? Probably. I don't think it is. Now I gotta double check all these. Lightning Bolt is in standard. Is Bolt ever played? Bolt is completely contingent whether or not we need more reach or not. So maybe niche. I'm also gonna probably move, now that I think about it too. Where's Lava Burst? Where'd I put it? I'll put it to niche as well. It really comes down to if you would need more reach or not. Wind Speaker, given a friendly minion Wind Fury. Animal Companion is seeing play. But I think if you disregard the Animal Companion deck, it's like probably like a maybe, if not like niche, but we'll put it to maybe for now. We have, I don't know if this would see play. This didn't see play back. Like the thing is with the Wind Fury mechanics, they get better as the minions get stronger, right? If we disregard every card is bad, who knew? What? Does Animal Companion count when now it doesn't summon the same Animal Companions as before, but 8 or 10 drops? Well, Animal Companions in standard. The reason I'm putting it in maybe is like, if you look at a card and okay, like the idea of this list theoretically is like, if you don't look at any archetypes that are currently in standard, I know that's really difficult because that's what we're that's the knowledge we have of current standard. But like if you put in Animal Companion right now and you didn't know Animal Companion existed, do you think it would see play? Probably not. Like it would probably go down here to no. That's the thing. So when you go like when you guys are like, oh, let's disregard an entire archetype, it's like, yeah, we know that it sees play right now because an archetype heavily supports it, but in a vacuum would it see play? And that's what I'm trying to base the entire list on. Like there's a chance that Doomsayer sees play based on current 2026 standard. There's a chance. This could also see a chance, right? Because maybe it has Wind Fury. Same with Flame Imp. There's no like good Warlock deck currently, but at some point in 2026, if there was an aggro deck, I do think it would see play. You know what I mean? For all of these cards, I mean, honestly, King Crushes probably doesn't deserve to be up there. I was completely convinced by chat because I was blindsided by Imbue Hunter. But if you think about it, it's like all of these cards have a really good chance to just see play if there was no other, if you put it into a vacuum. So like, that's why with King Crush, I think it would be like it'd be very niche to like unplayable. That's the initial list that I was going for. You know what I mean? Everyone understand what I'm saying when I say that? And that's why like all of these Murlocs are niche because at some point maybe, right, there's like a vacuum, but there's a deck that evaluates the Murlocs altogether. You know what I mean? I thought this whole thing was dropped in current standard. No, like it is dropped in current standard, but I'm saying like there's a real chance because like the example I'm going to give is again Flame Imp, right? We could all kind of agree if aggro Warlock existed, Flame Imp would be a consideration, right? I think we could all agree with it. There's a real chance that Flame Imp just sees play because it's just a good one drop for an aggro deck. Right now, there is no aggro deck for a Warlock, so you guys would immediately be like, no, Flame Imp does not exist. You know what I mean? I think it's pretty easy to understand what I'm going for. You know what I mean? Like I think Blade Flurry has a really good chance in its original state to see play at any point in time. It's likely. It comes down to whether or not we are running the package. Because all of a sudden, if you think about it, right, like Deadly Poison's in standard. So if Blade Flurry was added to the game, would Deadly Poison see a lot more play because Blade Flurry's not there? Absolutely. You know what I mean? You guys in chat are just purposely rage baiting. Yes, they are. Brewmaster, I think, would see niche play. Yes, they are. Backstab would probably see play. Almost guaranteed. It's maybe. Good card in Rogue. Pyromancer. Probably niche. Depends. Frothing Berserker is in standard right now. And it doesn't really see a lot of play. Mass the Spell, I don't think would see play. Timberwolf, maybe. I'm gonna go through this list after and just like change shit for Confront the Tol'vir. Bloodlust, I think would see play. Bloodlust, I think absolutely would see play. The likely chance. That card's just always spooky. I don't think A-Bomb's gonna see play now. Think about it. Tracking in its original state. I'm gonna come back to that one. I actually don't know. Yeah, OG tracking destroyed the other cards, but sometimes that's a benefit. You know what I mean? Sometimes just getting rid of 2 cards from the deck is just good. Like if the other 2 cards are ass, like you're kind of just happy getting rid of it. I think it'd be like this is actually one of the I think the only card that is the different version for Classic that I think you might actually consider still to play. Like I think it is a maybe. Whirlwind, I don't know, is actually in Standard. So as a Whirlwind might see play. It's like pretty niche. Vanish might see play. Voidwalker. See, this is where I'd be like in current Standard. It's not on the same level as Flame Imp, so I don't know if it would see play. Probably there. Blade Master's iffy. I would probably go with no. I think you could do better than in 2026. You could probably do better. Mind Control Tech at 3 mana. If your opponent has 4 or more minions, take one on a random and it costs 3. Pretty good. War Leader's niche, because we're putting all the Murlocs together. Where's the boys at? Worgen, maybe. Probably not. Questing Adventure is a really interesting one. Like, I think you could get away with it. I don't think it's unplayable. I definitely don't think it's unplayable. Charge, Wolf Rider, I hardly know her. Some kind of aggro deck might want it. It's probably not playable currently, though. I think there's just better minions. Charges are just spooky. I don't think Ancient is gonna see play. Youthful has a chance, I think. Cult Master, maybe. Leroy Jenkins. I'll just put him up there because we already know. Yeti's not seeing play. Ink Master's not seeing play. Murkai, maybe. Spellbreaker, no. Eden, I don't think sees play. Rag does not see play currently in Standard. That gives you an idea of like how far he's come, unfortunately. Twilight Drake wouldn't see play currently. There's no way. Is Rag not in Standard? He was in Standard last year, wasn't he? Hey, are you sure? Oh shit, he's not. don't think it would see play though, right? Dragon 2026 probably does not see play. Okay, Gadgets and Auctioneer at 5 mana. Very likely that should please sees play. Very honestly, let's not even fucking beat around the bush. That should see play. 5 mana 4/4 draw cards. Holy fuck. Shit's crazy, bro. I don't think Argent Commander sees play. Maybe there's always a chance again, but I think we can do better chargers at this point. Malagos, Sea Giant, Alexstrasza, Mountain Giant, and Mountain Giant and Molten Giants. Hey, hold on. Captain Greenskin. Maybe. Hultmaster, I want to say is a maybe too. That you could draw a lot of it's not a maybe, sorry, very niche because you could draw cards. You really need to draw cards. Captain's not seeing play, I don't think. Violet Teacher. Harrison's probably not seeing play. Aces Manipulator has a chance. No. I think Sea Giant absolutely would see play. Well, not absolutely, probably. Sea Giant's a maybe for sure. Alex, I feel like is niche. I don't know if you would want to play it. Hey, I guess if you have a lot of burn, you might want to play it. It's not the worst thing in the world. Molten. Mountain. Mountain's probably the worst one. Probably niche here. Dread Corsair is a niche. It really comes down to the weapons that are available in standard. And then Mali is probably maybe the niche as well. All right. Okay. So let's just go through this real fast. I think 100% in standard, these cards would see play. Regardless of archetypes. Let's just say in a vacuum, right? Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes. Yes. There's a really good chance this sees play. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Likely. Yes, yes, yeah. I mean, this is likely. I know it's in a deck currently in standard, but I'm trying to think about. So we go down to the niche. Because technically it is getting played right now, but it's getting played for a really stupid win condition. Probably yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. I mean, swipe at 4 is kind of iffy too. All right, I'm gonna what time is that? I got like 15 minutes. It was fun. Those are always interesting. A nice nostalgia blast. Do we do something for 50 minutes or do I leave? I did everything I wanted to do today. What happens at 50? I gotta do adulting stuff. Balance changes tomorrow. Oh, they're nerfing the card? Wow. 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 That's awesome. Yeah, see, that's why I was trying to do it like in a vacuum, because if you do it in a vacuum, it's like if Tolvir gets giga nerfed, like, and the deck's not playable, like so much of this would change if you're basing on what's currently in standard. You know what I mean? Raffle, yeah, tomorrow works, by the way. I just saw your message. I don't know if he's still here. All right, boys. I'm gonna probably head out. I will be. What are we doing tomorrow? I had an idea tomorrow. Tomorrow is gonna be probably free to play Magic the Gathering, and I think we're playing Elden Ring tomorrow with Raffle at I don't know what time yet, but we'll figure it out. We'll go from there. All right, hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Thanks for watching. For chilling. Thanks for the subs. Thanks for all the follows and shit. Who is streaming? I'll redirect, fam. Mm-hmm.